Hi, Susie. First one today. How are you? Hi, Sheila. Happy Monday. Is everyone looking forward to the holiday weekend? This weekend, I keep forgetting it's even a holiday weekend, so it'll be like a nice surprise on Friday. Woohoo! I see we got a couple of you on here. Hi, Lydia. I think Damien is here with Soft Flex Company to help share some links. Today is June 29th, and I am going to be working on a easy ladder stitch style beaded bracelet with you guys, a tutorial. We're going to use purple Soft Flex Beading Wire, and we're going to use the purple polka dot bead mix, which is an exclusive Jesse James Beads mini mix made for Soft Flex Company. We do them once a month to coordinate with our design kits, and this month I think we only have 2 left as of today of the purple polka dot bead mix. So I had to get a video in before all of a sudden we're sold out. get a little purple fun. A couple of new things today. Well, lots of new things actually. Maybe I'll just show them all to you, turn you down to my bead table and show them to you. Damien, if you're here, I have a question. Hi, Lee. Welcome. Damien, I was wondering if the 4th of July Zoom video is going to go up on YouTube this week for the blog post on Thursday, or are you just going to keep it on Facebook? So let us know. I'm going to share what I worked on with Sarah on the Zoom Facebook streaming video. And oh, thank you. I'm wearing the purple polka dot necklace we made. It's hard to tell if you can even see it the way my camera is. But yeah, I'm wearing the purple polka dot necklace from the bead strand that we sold in the beginning of the month. And we are sold out of this bead strand, but the video to make it was a couple weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago, here on the YouTube channel. You can find it under Free Spirit Beading with Kristen. And you can make this design with any of the other bead strands that we get. We introduce one a month, except for this month we had 2. Yeah, we sold out of the first one so fast that we introduced a second strand. So that was pretty crazy. And we're getting close to selling out of the second strand. All right, let me turn you down, and when Damien gets here, I'll ask him about the video, if it's going to be moved over here to YouTube at any point. And I'll share all the new goodies with you. Pull you back a little closer to me. Okay. So we've got a Happy 4th of July kit that's for sale. I've used almost all of my beads, so there's not much showing in here anymore. But in this kit, you will get a strand of these gorgeous Czech glass table cut beads in this, I think this is called the blue Topaz color, or maybe just regular blue. It's the darker blue color, and you get these really sweet, here, I'll just show you this here. Really sweet strand of these red Czech glass beads that have like a little taper end and a wider end. They almost looked like hearts to me when I first saw them. So those come a strand of the blue beads, a strand of the red beads. You get 10 2x2 sterling silver crimp tubes. You got these tiara cast charms, 2 of those stars, some ear wires, and a lobster clasp, a toggle clasp, and of course some Soft Flex beading wire. You get a 10-foot spool of Soft Flex beading wire in white. All in this little Happy 4th of July mini design kit. See, you'll see there's the little lobster clasp in there too. I believe these are $14.95 and we have a few left. We do try and ship our orders out the same day if you order before like 10 o'clock, 10 or 11 a.m. Pacific time. So you may still have time to get them in for your holiday. If you have any kids in your family or kids that maybe grandkids or something, this is a wonderful 4th of July day craft, something you can do together to celebrate with. I made these earrings and I shared this macrame design tutorial on the Zoom video last week. Sarah and I got together last Thursday and we call it a Zoom because that's where we start it, but then we stream it to our Soft Flex Company Facebook page. And so you can see me doing this tutorial and this tutorial there in that video, and Sarah did an anklet as well as a pair of dangle earrings. Hi, Damien. I had a question for you. Do you think we're gonna move the Zoom video 4th of July one over to YouTube this week? I do know. Okay, I didn't know James did a video, so he got one done for you this week. I wasn't sure since he hasn't been. So if we don't get it onto YouTube this week, you can check it out over on the Soft Flex Company Facebook page. And then I know we're working on doing a blog post this week for Thursday that will have all these 4th of July designs as well as a few others to inspire you. Who just joined us? Hi, Karen. Glad you made it. Hi, Richard. Good afternoon. Hi, Suzanne. Nice to see everyone. So this is what I did last week on the video with Sarah, and that is with the Happy 4th of July kit, which you can still purchase. They are $14.95. You get a lot of goodies in there. You just need to provide your own tools. So next up, I've got these table cut Czech glass beads to share with you that we got back in stock. I'm so excited. Last week I was whining that I hadn't gotten my shipment from Soft Flex in time for my video. So I did get it last Monday afternoon, of course. I knew it was gonna come after the video, and I got all sorts of fun beads to play with and share with you. So these are our table cut diamond oval Czech glass beads, and we brought these in a couple of weeks ago and they sold out really fast, so we got some more of these in. They're beautiful colors. Like I said, this is the blue that comes in the 4th of July kit right there, and then we have this beautiful turquoisey blue. Table cut is how they manufacture the glass. They cut them on a table, I guess. I don't know the exact process. You can probably Google table cut. It's very common style for Czech glass, and it gives it, like you can see right here, they just slice the front and the back of the bead, and it gives it a little sparkle, like a little facet. And there's lots of different styles. This is like a diamond shaped cut, and then the bead itself is oval, but you can find table cut Czech glass beads in all different shapes and styles. So this is a really pretty, what would we call this one? I guess this is like an aqua or a turquoise. I should have looked at what the color names were before I came on. I think this one's called the green turquoise, or maybe this, you know what? I'm gonna look it up so I don't tell you guys the wrong thing. Hold on just a second. Aha, okay. So this one is called Dark Blue Lapis, and that's the one that comes in your 4th of July kit. This one is called Blue Topaz. This one is the green turquoise color, and this matches our newest Serenity mystery kit bead strand really, really fabulously. So this is the Serenity Kit Bead Strand 1, the first one we introduced. And then this one is the purple, and we're gonna be working with the purple today. And the purple is really pretty, very dusty kind of purple, and it just doesn't pick up as well on camera as it does in person. I will tell you that, because I wasn't sold on this one when we were looking at our color choices, and I didn't have the luxury of seeing it in person until just this past week, and it is really, really pretty in person. So that's the purple we're gonna use today. I'm gonna go back to this guy here. So this is the Serenity Bead Strand 1. We introduced this one last week, and it was a freebie where if you spend $55 or more, you'd get this strand for free. And then we also had it for sale, and it sold out in less than 48 hours. Luckily, we had a backup, a strand 2, that we actually planned to bring in at the same time as this one, but we didn't get our supply in from Jesse James Beads. So we just went ahead and loaded this one. And then a few days later, we got Bead Strand 2, and it was just in the nick of time, because now if you spend $55 or more, you will get Bead Strand 2 for free, and you can still purchase Bead Strand 2. I don't have that second one here. I just have the first one, but they are similar yet different. So similar in color, they both go along with our Serenity Shore Mystery Design Kit, but this one is definitely more creams and like the sea glass color shell, and then the Bead Strand 2 has 4 boho beads, and it's got a little bit of tanzanite in there, as well as some other blues with the cream and the teal color. Really, really pretty. You can check it out on softflexcompany.com. And if you spend $55 or more today or tomorrow, it ends June 30th at midnight Pacific time, you will get Bead Strand 2 included in your order. So really always fun to have new beads. Lorraine says the beads are beautiful. Yeah, they really, really are. The colors are just spectacular. I mean, these 3 are just really gorgeous. Beachy, summery, fun. So if you're new to Soft Flex Company, we are a beading wire manufacturer. This is our beading wire, and we do monthly mystery design kits, which are a lot of fun. This is sort of just an example of what one of them can be. They include beads, they include a 10-foot of stringing wire, sometimes the Soft Flex craft wire, and has findings like clasps and ear wires, toggles. Also, we throw in some specialty findings like charms and connectors, things like that when we can. The only thing you have to add are the tools. Oh, it also comes with crimps, of course, 2x2 millimeter Soft Flex crimp tubes. We change the metal tone, just depends on what the kit's theme is. They're always themed. They're always mystery in the beginning, and then we reveal them at the end of the month. So you could purchase your kit if you want to join us in the the fun. You'd buy your mystery kit, which right now is the Serenity Shore. We're about 80% sold out of it as of today. Join us over in the Soft Flex Very Important VIB Studio group on Facebook. If you'd like, there's a community of beaders over there, and we share what we're working on, and it's always very active each month with the kit reveal. Please do not reveal the contents of your mystery kit when you receive it. This way others can enjoy the surprise and opening theirs too. You just hold on to what you make and you can share it on after the last Wednesday of the month. That is when Soft Flex Company reveals the current kit on their Facebook page. You can watch us unbox it, make a few things, and then we announce our newest kit. And right after we reveal it, that's when you can go ahead and start sharing what you made in the VIB group. And we also have a contest. When you post pictures of your designs, every design you post is an entry to win one of our next available kits. So that's a lot of fun. You can find our Serenity Shore kit at softflexcompany.com, and once that's sold out, it's gone. It's just a limited quantity. Once it's sold out, we release the new one at the end of the month. And lastly, I finally got my hands on the 2020 Color of the Year Classic Blue Pantone bead mix that we created. I haven't been able, I might work with this next week. I haven't decided yet, but it's got these really pretty tanzanite blues. It's got some dark gray blues. It's got some true classic blue. And it's a huge mix. Did you see? Look at all of these beads. Huge, huge mix. A lot of different stuff. It's one big mix that they scoop out and put into bags. So every mix is similar, but may not be exactly the same. You're gonna have the same beads, but maybe not in the same quantity of each. So these are still available. And we have a matching quad of beading wire in the classic blue colors. It's got the blue topaz, the tanzanite, white, and dark blue lapis. So 3 different tones of blue and the white. And that is our Pantone 2020 classic blue color of the year quad and bead mix. All right, now let's get down to today's business. Let me make some space here. Today we're going to be working with the purple color Czech glass table cut beads. I've got a little bead stopper on them because I cut this strand earlier. And we are going to make a ladder stitch style bangle bracelet with these beads and the purple polka dot mix. So this is the purple polka dot mix that coordinates and goes along with our purple polka dot design kit that we did for the month of, what are we in? We're in June. So this was the month of May. And if you were in the VIB group, you would see people sharing this right about now, designs that they're working on. So I'm just gonna separate these out a little bit. Like I said, these are from Jesse James Beads. They are an exclusive custom mini mix that they make specifically for us at Soft Flex Company to match our design kits. Look at those sweet little dusty purple tassels. And once they're gone, they're gone. So that's the same as that bead, just a little bit smaller in size. And as of this video, we only had, so these are really, really light, pretty purple. You can see the color, it's like a lavender. Oh, yay, I can zoom. I'm so glad I learned that last week. Lavender color. And then that lavender color in these little rectangles too. These sweet little tassels. Some cube beads. And so they run the gamut of all different shades of purple, from dark jewel tone like these are, little drops, all the way to more kind of bluish lavender. Oh, these are some discs. These are very dark purple. They almost look like they're black. They could be. Really dark purple, almost black. These are really fun twists. They have a little bit of like a blue speckle on there. Susie says a beautiful mix of purple. It really is. I love these. I think these are so fun. They are like an organic little bean shape, and they have purple on one side, and then they have this like silver. Let's see if you can see. It's a clear purple bead with a little bit of silver on there on one side too. This is the only one that kind of came in odd. I've got one blue and one sort of metal, gunmetal tone. So that's something that I would just put in my like random bead stash, since they don't have any matchies. These are adorable, cute little cubes. There's a lot of those. And these pretty, they look like polymer clay, little flowers. They're more on the bluer lavender side. And the nice thing about Jessie James beads is they do include a lot of little bead caps and findings in here too, which help dress up your beads, and you know they will fit with the beads that come in the mix. And we've got these little metal beads too. These are really pretty. So whether you want to go to the gold side or the silver side, you have a little bit of both. And then we've got these little guys, which are very sparkly. They look like a fire polish style of bead. And then lastly, here's another fire polish sparkly looking one that is in more of a drop shape. The other one was a rondelle shape. So you get a lot of great beads in this mix to play with. And I'm gonna use our Purple Amethyst Soft Flex Beading Wire in the medium. That's what it looks like. It's a really nice deep purple, so it's gonna really enhance those colors of the beads and bring a fun little purple element to the rest of your bracelet. I'm gonna start by cutting. So you need a pair of cutters and you'll need a pair of crimping pliers. You'll also need some crimps. So So I'm going to start by cutting 36 inches of this particular beading wire. Let's see if I have a I'm probably gonna have way too much, but I don't have I don't know where I put my measurer. I think what's going on is I've got some stuff, some beading going on downstairs at my coffee table, and I brought some supplies down there. That's the hard part of moving around my house, is that you bring things downstairs, then you need it upstairs, you bring them upstairs, then you need it downstairs. So I'm gonna use one Soft Flex 2x2 millimeter crimp tube, and I'm just gonna string that on to my beading wire and find the center. Have it fall down to about the center. And we're not gonna crimp it yet, we just want it to be there. When we get to the end, we're gonna put one of our other wires at the other end through it. So we're gonna make like a bangle bracelet that doesn't need a clasp. And I'm gonna start with one of these table cut beads. Penny just went to the mailbox and got her kit order in the mail, beautiful as usual. Well, I'm so excited about the colors in this particular kit for June. Serenity Shore, I mean, that just says a lot, doesn't it? Nice beachy vibe. I should be able to get 2 strands through these table cut beads. So I know it's a tight fit, but there we go. So what you're doing is you are gonna put 1 strand in one direction. So I've got one end of my beading wire that I threaded from the left to the right. And then I have the other end that I'm gonna thread back through the bead from the right to the left, creating a loop. And I know this one works, but it's just being fussy. So I'll pick up another one. Okay, so now I've got it coming through in both directions like that. And then you pull on these tails to get your bead all the way down to the end. So you're making this loop and you're just pulling it till you get down to the end of the wire. And here you can decide how large you want to leave your little Soft Flex loops. So for our little example here, that's about the size I left that one. So that looks good, maybe a little bit smaller. So now I'm gonna move on to my second bead, which I think I'm gonna do these little cubes. I'm gonna go in one way, and then I'm gonna take the other wire, go back the other way. And then just pull them through. Until you get down to your first bead. And then you just can slow down at this point when you get closer to make sure you are creating a loop similar in size, like that. And then we'll move on to our next bead. And I noticed that I got a little out of being center. So it's a good thing I had a lot of extra wire. So I just trimmed off some at the end. So next, I think I'm gonna pick up one of these little nugget beads. Same thing, we're gonna go in one way and then pass through the other way. This one has a nice larger hole, it's a little bit easier. Pull that down. And then work on creating your little center there. Tugging each wire back and forth until you're happy with where that loop is. And I'm gonna go back to one of these table cut beads. I thought that these would be a nice bead to insert in this bracelet because I have more of them, so it would offer like a consistency between all the different types. I feel like part of my problem is I can't see the hole. Where are you? There we go. And now we're just threading and weaving the rest of the way. So cute. I mean, this is cute as a little earring design too, because you can crimp it at one end and then hang your ear wire from the other end. So I'm just gonna continue with this pattern. I've got the table cut, the cube, and then that nice organic shape bead. Lydia is offering a tip. You can cut the end of your wire at an angle to help get it through the bead. Thanks, Lydia. I'll give that a try. Do you sew also? I feel like that is a good sewing tip. I don't sew, so I probably wouldn't have thought of it right off the bat. So let's see if I can trim my wire a little bit on an angle on each side. And I'm just using the Italian Ultra Flush Cutters. You can get these at softflexcompany.com. They're the best quality cutters we're carrying at the moment. They're new to me, so I've been practicing with them. They're working really nice. Ah, that did help, Lydia. Thank you. Oh no! So now I pulled that a little too tight on that one, so you can just loosen up the one before it. I pulled it down probably too fast, but it's an easy fix. You just loosen up the one before it, and then you can loosen up this one, and then you can loosen up this one. Oh, Suzanne, you just got your kit today too? Lydia says, I was taught to sew when I was a teenager, but I don't like it. Yeah, I've done some hand sewing, you know, like I've done like some embellishment kind of sewing, or I've done, I don't know, did I do any embroidery? I don't know if I did embroidery. I think it was more of just embellishment kind of sewing and hand sewing buttons, fixing things, that kind of stuff. But I've never been taught how to use a machine, and that is on my list of things someday. Okay, now I got myself back on track here. I'm so excited for you. You got your kit today, Suzanne. Wonderful. Next in my pattern is the cube. Move those out of the way here. We're not really using those. Karen is loving it. Suzanne is excited too. Penny says, when I was growing up, I wouldn't have had any clothes if it weren't for sewing, either by myself or my mom. That is really nice that your mom was able to sew all of your clothes and taught that to you as well. That is such a great skill to have. I was big into wanting clothes that nobody else had. So that was, so that would be something that would have interested me to make my own clothes. But since I didn't make my own clothes, I would just embellish them and add different fabrics or things, you know, patches or all sorts, like different types of embellishments to my clothes to make them my own. Never one to want to really wear the same thing everybody else was wearing. So I just got this little bead stopper on here. I can pull that off so I can get to my next table cut bead. If you've never seen bead stoppers, they are wonderful little springs. This one's a mini bead stopper. And then we have a regular larger size one. And they are great for clamping them on the end of stringing projects, or maybe a bead strand you opened but you're not finished using yet, like I did. They come handy for kumihimo, especially if you're kumihimoing with Soft Flex wire, all sorts of things. Oh, we're getting there. Now the key for this, because I don't want to put a clasp on it, is I want it to go around my wrist like a bangle. So I have to make it a little bit bigger to be able to fit through here. I'm gonna move my seat down a little bit. Okay. Next is another cube. Suzanne says, my mom made my clothes too, but I didn't get her talent. I just do very basic sewing. Yeah, it's definitely a skill. I have an outfit I bought in Tucson this year that was kind of like a one size fits all jumper thing that is totally adorable, but just not adorable on me. But I absolutely love the fabric. That was like what drew me to it. So that is a project that I want to try and figure out. How do I salvage this fabric from this great jumper and make something that actually works for me? That'll be my testing project one of these days. Lydia says at one time it was cheaper to make your own clothes. Now with Goodwill and Walmart type stores, it's cheaper to buy. It is cheaper to buy a lot of the time, but you know the quality is not the same. So it just depends on what you're going for. If you really want to make something that's kind of, you know, just like making your own jewelry. It's fun to make your own jewelry and wear stuff that's totally yours. But it does take a lot of time and energy, and I'm sure supplies, to sew your own stuff. I really would have never thought to cut the beading wire on an angle. It's so small. I wouldn't have thought it would make that much of a difference, but it is going in a lot easier. Great tip, Lydia. I do like how Soft Flex has got a little bit of spring in it too when you do something like this. So where am I at? I need another little tube. Little cube guy. And then I've got this guy next. Karen says, my first experience with sewing, and that's making the little pouches at elementary school and junior high. Oh my gosh, those are really cute. I know exactly what you're talking about. I made a gathered skirt in fashion class. That's awesome. I went to, when in school I didn't get to do a fashion thing. I think we did a lot of like sewing pillows, that kind of stuff. Let's see, what do I got next? A table cut bead. Lee gave up sewing when she sewed the same sleeve on upside down 3 times in a row. That's great. That's something I would totally do, and I feel you. 3 times and you're out, right? Like, for some reason, your brain just really wanted it to be upside down. Maybe you were onto something. Maybe you were onto something new and exciting. Who knows? Let me check how long this is. Okay, so this is close to fitting my wrist, but it's not close yet to going around this part of my wrist. So I need a couple of more beads. I have my 3 that I used in the beginning here, and hopefully that is enough. Karen keeps it simple now and makes scarves. Oh, I love scarves. They're so fun to dress up an outfit. I have them in all different thicknesses, like summer scarves and winter scarves and fall. Sometimes I wear them on my head. Scarves are a lot of fun. I went to a college that was an art and design college with a focus on fashion. So that was a lot of fun. I was not in the fashion portion, but they would hold fashion shows, and there was some really neat stuff being created. That seems like a tough industry to get into, but very rewarding to be able to make your own clothes. Lydia said, I'm glad it's helping you. It totally is. It was perfect. I'm gonna try one more bead and see where we're at. Ending it with the table cut bead. Come on, it's almost there. Let's see if I can grab it. Yeah. So using my pliers, I was able to grab a hold of it and just help it on through. I'm not sure how I got so different in sizes, but I guess early on you got to pay attention to if you're pulling your wires too tight on one side compared to the other. That's why I like to have a little extra so that if that happens, you're not out of luck. Okay, let me just do a size check. It feels a little big, so I think I'm gonna take this table cut one off. I went one too many, I think. And I'm just gonna size check it one more time. I'm actually gonna slide it this time into the crimp tube. I'm gonna go through on either side so that I've got my wire coming, meeting this crimp tube and then meeting this one, creating that loop. And then you can use your bead stopper, kind of gather up your wires and add your bead stopper on there to hold it in place while you check your size. And that'll work. And I honestly might be able to take out one more bead. I don't know about you, but for some reason I always start with a longer bracelet and then have to pull things off. So I'm gonna take one more off and try it again and see if it still fits. Do the same thing. I'm just gonna put my wires into that crimp tube. I'll gather them. Oh my gosh, I have so many beads left. I can do this bracelet, which I may even do after this. I might do this style a few more times and then I'll have like a little bunch of bangles. Yeah, that's better because a bangle is kind of big already and I just want to make sure I can get it over this part. So that feels better. Pull that off and now I feel comfortable going ahead, and you can even add a little tassel on there if you want. A little, I like this guy. So this tassel has an opening. This one does not. This one's totally closed. So this one I can add after the fact by opening it up with a plier and adding to it. But if I want to do this guy, you do have to add it before you crimp. So what I'll show you here is we'll just take one of the wires out, slide on that little tassel, and then go back through that last crimp tube. And then just pull your wire tails until you are happy with your last circle. And now you've got that cute little tassel on there. So I'm going to use my magical crimping pliers. Magical crimping pliers have one notch as like a half circle on each side of the plier. And what they do is they turn this little tube into a bead. You'll place your crimp tube right in the center of that notch. Give it a squeeze. It'll pinch your corners. And then you go in 90 degrees back on that crimp tube. Place it right in the center again. And then I'm gonna go around a few times. Because it's kind of in here, I can't rotate it exactly how I normally would, but let's see if I can just kind of go back and forth and shape that bead. So that gives you a nice secure connection, and it changes your crimp tube into a bead. You can also add a crimp cover if you wanted to, if you're using a regular crimping plier. And then I'm gonna go ahead and trim off the excess. You could use the flat part of your, the last time I showed this bracelet design, I actually cut one of these loops here at this point. So if you do that, you can just put a clasp here instead and make it like a traditional bracelet. But I'm gonna be a little more careful and make sure I'm only cutting that tail. And there you have it. A really sweet ladder stitch style bracelet made with Soft Flex Beading Wire. And I've got that little cute little tassel on the end there. I may even add a jump ring and put the other tassel on too, or add the other tassel. But really fun design. I think this would look great as a choker necklace too, if you wanted to make something like a short necklace style, or if you got any teens, they probably would like something like that in a choker style necklace. Really fun. And I've got a gazillion beads left here, plenty to make more bracelets, to make some earrings to match, or to even try and make a necklace. So remember, there were 2 of these left. So if you like these purple beads and you want more, or if you never got them and you want to pick them up, there's 2 of those left. Then this is the Czech glass table cut beads right here, and this is the purple color, and we have quite a few of those. We also have all of these luscious colors for that same style in the dark blue lapis, the blue topaz, and the green turquoise. And then lastly, we've got the Serenity bead strand. This is the first one. This one has sold out, but we have a Serenity bead strand 2, which is similar to this, but it's got a few different blues in there, and it's got some boho beads instead of the glass and the shell bead. So if you like the Jesse James boho beads, it's got 4 boho beads on that one, and some really big, like I think it's got these guys, but even larger, some really big clear crystals. It's really a beautiful strand. If you spend $55 or more today or tomorrow, that ends at midnight Pacific time, at softflexcompany.com, you will get the Serenity bead strand for free. That's a $10.49 value. And then we also have some of these classic blue check mix and classic blue quads left. gift as well. You guys have said you like Czech glass beads. You've asked us to carry some more, and we just keep looking for new ways and that we can do that. So that's been really fun to have some new stuff to play with. Lastly, we've got the 4th of July, Happy 4th of July design kit, which comes with the Soft Flex wire in white, these blue and red beads, as well as some findings, the tiara cast charms, all sorts of good stuff in this sweet little kit. That's a mini kit, still online, and they're about $14.95. Great for the holiday. If you've just something to kind of do a craft. If you like to do a craft with the holiday, that's a good option. Karen says the various adds to its beauty. Yeah, I think so too. All the variations, especially in this mix. I think it's just, this is a fun one to have a great mix of blues just to play with and put them all in a design together, and they'll work harmoniously, but yet give a lot of added texture and fun to it. So I think maybe I'll play with this next week, unless something else comes up between now and then. We'll do something with this mix and the quad. All right, turn you back up. Hope you guys have a wonderful week. The things we have going on this week, we've got I think we have a video tomorrow, a surprise video in the afternoon over on the Soft Flex Company Facebook page. So look for that. It'll be another Zoom type where it's multiple people, Sarah and I. And then we're going to have Sarah doing a video on Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time on the Soft Flex Company Facebook page. And I think, Damien, you said James has a video that's posting this Thursday. I've been saying it every week, and then every week it doesn't happen. But it looks like James has a video that he sent over to Damien. And is that due for Thursday, you think, Damien? Please let me know. Yes, okay. So you guys can look for that here on the YouTube channel. It'll be a premiere at 2 p.m. Pacific time. New video with James. That'll be a lot of fun. He works with our Soft Flex craft wire. He's our craft wire guru. Suzanne has been going through a motivational slump, and you're hoping the new kit gets you going. I hope so too. I mean, we spend a lot of time and care putting these kits together. We do our best to curate some really nice quality items, and I hope it really inspires you to get out of your slump. And I know exactly what you're going through. Even though I show up and I create here, I do also do other creative projects, and I've had a couple that I just haven't touched since February, and I've been wanting to. It's just sitting there staring at me, but for whatever reason, I just can't get it going. And sometimes it's just okay to give yourself a break and step away from it, and hope that when you come back, you'll be like super excited with a new sense of energy. So I hope the kit does that for you and inspires you to get out of your slump. Karen suggests looks through some different magazines, clothes, jewelry, etc. Yeah, I would suggest that too. It is awful. I find things like doing writing. I just started journaling again, and just do it in the morning or in the evening, depending on when I find the time, once a day. And that kind of helps get things out of my head, and I feel like it gets creativity flowing. For you, it might be like working in your garden. It could be just getting flowers and bringing them in your house. We all go through it. It happens to all of us. We can't be on like go, go, go all the time. Sometimes our brains and our bodies just needs a bit of rest, or maybe just a little bit of change in scenery, to look at something else to inspire us to do something new. Hopefully the kit is that for you, because I think it's a really fun one. It's just beautiful. I just love those colors, and so I hope you do too, and it inspires you. All right, guys, I'll see you here next Monday at noon Pacific time for the next episode of Free Spirit Beading. Have a wonderful week. Happy 4th of July. Happy Independence Day for those of you that are in the United States. Have a very safe and happy holiday. Do your best to celebrate in any way that you can with everything going on. I know it's probably not in the traditional sense, but see how you can, bring in some fun and celebration into your day, into your barbecue, no matter what. All right, talk to you all soon. Thank you. Bye.